Hi, Talk of the Porcupine here, and today we're going to talk about the Syria airstrikes that happened over the weekend. Okay, I guess apparently the U.S., U.K., and France got involved this time and decided to target three places that might be considered potential chemical weapon storages or development, okay, or launch sites. Now, my opinion on the Syria airstrikes, obviously, as a libertarian, I do not believe in intervention unless we are attacked. Okay, I'm not a pacifist, but I am non-interventionist. Now, the first thing I want to tell you about is the Syria strikes being unconstitutional or not. Okay, now the War Powers Resolution of 1973 was intended to check the executive branch's power to commit armed forces to a conflict, okay, to an armed conflict without the consent of Congress. Okay, the executive may send the armed forces into action abroad only by declaration of war by the Congress. The executive may use statutory authorization or national emergency only when attacked. Okay, so in order for the executive branch to use executive powers to commit our armed forces to any kind of armed conflict abroad, it would have to be the U.S. or its territories or possessions would have to be attacked. Okay. Now we can commit them with the two latter requirements being met, and it has to notify Congress within 48 hours of the beginning of the armed conflict that it did wage military strikes on a sovereign nation or abroad. Furthermore, the armed forces may not stay in combat roles for more than 60 days, okay, without a congressional declaration of war. Plus, that gives them like a 30-day withdrawal period. So, if we want to stay involved, which it looks like we are because we're sending all the battleships and aircraft carriers over there, it seems like it's not just a one-off, and it seems like we're trying to kind of push our might around a little bit, and I just think that Congress would have to declare the war before we even do that. Now, the second one is evidence, okay? Where is it? You know, okay, Russia blames the UK, America, the UK, France blame Assad. Assad blames the rebels for this chemical attack that happened over the weekend, or last week, should I say. Yet, nobody wants to present the proof that they know who did it. Okay, that seems a little bit odd to me. And I tend to wear my tinfoil hat in those cases because I don't trust any of these players, including my own government or the Pentagon, for any evidence that they supposedly have. Okay? So why do we have to use our military prowess based on a hunch? If there's no proof, why do we have to do it from our gut feelings? I thought maybe we could have learned something from Iraq in 2003, okay, when we said we had evidence that there were weapons of mass destruction. We never found them. Okay, so that's another thing. The third thing, and the last thing I'll end on, is, were these strikes ineffective? Well, certainly not the full might of America's military potential. Okay, to me it was more of a symbolic strike, okay, than anything else. Okay, we now know that Assad is trying to move all his air assets over to Russian bases to make America think twice about maybe using its military might to try to keep Assad from using another chemical attack. Okay, so maybe they won't target them the next time, if there even is one. Now, for some reason, the Pentagon is concerned about engaging in military conflicts with Russia. I mean, Russia's a second-rate military. They certainly have more people in their military because they do not use a voluntary military system. They enlist their men and women by force. Okay, so here in America we have the liberty to choose. We don't have a draft anymore whether we want to be engaged in military. But as far as the technology goes and all the weaponry that we definitely have a bigger infrastructure than they do military. However, I do not want to wage war against Russia. I just think it was a little ineffective, if you ask me. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Taco the Porcupine signing off.